out here. Alhambra Valley does not want to be brought in. And he says, well, I think we better get some more people on this area. We put some more applications out. Something's wrong with this situation. If you people cannot see that there's been neglect to the city, to the people, and when they say that the crime rate is down 45%, don't believe that. Don't believe it for 1 second. Oh, I'm through?
No, you have 15 seconds.
15 seconds? He never gives me 15 seconds. But if you just look, you will see that none of these figures and facts are true.
Thank you, Mr. Alford. I appreciate that. We'll now move into our round of questions from our cards from the audience. We are going to go in the order of the speaking, and then we're going to do a rolling first, so each candidate will get a chance to answer a question first. So we're going to start with you, Mr. Fitzgerald, and the answers are 1 minute. Downtown is struggling. What are your ideas to help the downtown merchants other than a redevelopment agency?
Helping the merchants advertise outside the county to bring people in, to make it conducive for families to come downtown. But in order to do that, the 350 project's a wonderful way to start. But in order to do that, Mr. Schroeder likes to speak about the police, and they have extra police officers. Why aren't they walking the beat? Why aren't they on their bicycles? We bought 4 of them. You have an element downtown. That element needs to be rectified. If that element is rectified, people are going to come down, but the marina has to be worked on first. You work on that marina, you move south, and this city will flourish like the golden days. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schroeder.
Yeah, I know that downtown businesses are struggling. In fact, businesses are struggling all over Contra Costa County, but especially in Martinez. Actually, redevelopment is a very good way to enhance the downtown, to help downtown property owners and businesses do marketing plans, to fix the infrastructure and so on. But actually the downtown specific plan is actually the blueprint that will bring more people downtown, living downtown, with a disposable income that will then make the businesses thrive, and also bring in new business. So it's easy to say we can just do marketing plans and so on, but you know, the money's got to come from somewhere. And it's not going to come from the general fund, although the city has been supporting the Chamber and Main Street and downtown events and so on, bring people down to downtown Martinez, which helps business.
Thank you, Mr. Alford. Say a question.
First of all, you've got to quit being so damn lazy with the staff. We've got to get out, or whoever you put in charge of that. We have to go out to, Walnut Creek is failing terribly. I've talked to people over at the Broadway Shopping Center. They would be glad to rent businesses over here because we're much cheaper. Instead of paying $3, $4, $5 a square foot over here, they could get retrofitted buildings for $1.25, $1.50, maybe even $2. Now, for us not to go out there and advertise and bring the people in and show them what a beautiful little community we have here. Martinez is unique to the extent that Sausalito has nothing on us. 20 seconds?
The yellow card means 15 seconds.
Okay. The fact of the matter is, all we have to do is open our doors, and he says that the infrastructure, we haven't paved Martinez, downtown Martinez. The merchants should be raising all kinds of heck here. The sidewalks are falling apart, and it hasn't been paved in 20 years.
Thank you, Mr. Alford. All 3 of you have mentioned redevelopment, and we have quite a few questions on the cards that have come in about redevelopment. So let's explore that a little bit further. And we're going to start with you, Mr. Schroeder. Why should, and we know you believe that there should be a redevelopment agency. I'm going to change it up a little bit for your opponents. Why should there be a redevelopment agency in Martinez?
Well, a redevelopment agency is a funding mechanism where you don't have to tax people. I mean, nobody wants to be taxed anymore. It benchmarks the property values within a specified area, and then all the increases in the property values, assuming that the property values go up someday, all that tax increment goes back into the district to be used for things like infrastructure repairs, low interest loans to property owners to retrofit their unreinforced masonry buildings, for marketing programs, for all kinds of things. We have an old infrastructure in our downtown. Mike says we haven't paved downtown Main Street for 20 years. I don't know if that's true, but yes, it does need to be paved. And the sidewalks need to be repaired. So we need a funding mechanism, and redevelopment is really the only way we can do it without taxing our people.
Thank you, Mr. Alford. I know you have an opposite view of the redevelopment agency. If you were elected, what would be your position on the formation of a redevelopment agency?
Well, first of all, I don't want to say it's an opposite. We know we need revitalization, but redevelopment does not work. And I'm not sure if I'm hallucinating, but it sounded like you said there's no tax. It doesn't take for taxes. Redevelopment works on tax money. It is $100 billion in debt. Why would we go and lock ourselves into a 40-year contract when no other city is even working on this around here? Take a look at Antioch. Take a look at his hometown, Walnut Creek. It's Pleasant Hill just doubled the size of there. You never get out. Once you get in, you never get out. And you know what? We didn't need redevelopment when we started Martinez. You talk to the old Italians and the people who started this city. It worked. We're here. It's the hub of this entire area. And for anyone who says that we need redevelopment because it's a good tool, it's a broken tool. It's at best a prosthetic that has never worked and it never has, not since Justin Herman Square in San Francisco.
Thank you, Mr. Alford. Mr. Fitzgerald, the same question to you, except one of the people filled out cards specifically mentioned you and said that you've stated you're against redevelopment. How would you replace that estimated $2.8 million without a redevelopment agency? It's part of your answer. 1 minute.
Well, first off, as I said earlier, I'd like to open the books and find out where all their other money's been going. Let me just start with this. If you look at the title in the Gazette, I'm looking at it right now, it starts out, RDA funds, where is our money going? To date, the Senate Office of Oversight and Outcomes declared finding of no assurance, lax records, loose law, messy data, questionable spending, and unreliable audits when it came to RDA spending on affordable housing. It goes on to say the executive summary ends with redevelopment costs California taxpayers at large because it harnesses property tax that would have otherwise flowed to local government entities such as communities or counties, schools, special districts. The state general fund spends billions of dollars to make up the property tax dollars that school districts do not receive. I don't need to say any more. The fact is we need to work with the people and have smart development. The redevelopment runs on debt. It's not progressive, it is regressive. Incremental taxation, it has to run on debt to get continually funded out of Sacramento.
All right, thank you. We'll direct our next question starting with Mr. Alford, and we have